We're at the table with Bob Ramsey, exclusively on 101sports.com.
Hi, everybody. Bob Ramsey at the table. That's what we normally do. As you can see, there's no table, and here's why. Our baseball insider, Chris Duncan, has joined me because on the radio, on 101sports.com, we all, meaning me and Randy Carricker and DeMarco and all the guys who've never played at a high level, act like we know what we're talking about. So I want to get somebody who does know what they're talking about and talking about Albert Pujols. Now, on Tuesday night, he had 3 hits, and he's back to the 200 mark, the Mendoza line, but that's a long way to go for him. But whether he's hot or not, I wanted Chris Duncan to show us some things about Albert Pujols and what we see when it's going good and what we see when it's not going good. So, Chris, show me at first the things you observed the first 2 weeks of the year with Albert, maybe some of the little nuances of his swing that didn't seem like Albert.
Well, Albert's a great hitter, and it's hard for me to come in here and critique his swing because he's so good. But playing with him for as long as I did, there are little things that I do notice when he's struggling. And one of those things is you can tell when he gets a little rush and he starts pressing. Mm-hmm. And when you're up there as a hitter, especially it happens a lot early in the season, you want to make something happen. You're maybe off to a slow start and you start pressing. And what happens is that front side can leak a little bit.
And by that, you're talking your hip, maybe your leg?
Not only your front shoulder, but your front hip as well. Albert's so good when he can keep that front knee inside his foot. And you even seen him before in the past, instead of striding, he'll almost cock that front knee in. And that's to keep his hips locked and closed. And his hands are so quick that he can let the ball travel as deep as he can, and then he explodes on the ball. What happens when he's struggling is his foot will be coming up a little higher, and his front knee will open up a little bit, causing his hips to open up. And whenever your hips open up and your front side opens up, your head comes with you a little bit. And as soon as your head comes with you, you lose the whole outside corner of the plate. That's why you see his strike zone get a little bigger than it usually is. You'll see him chase off the plate away. You might even see him take balls that he'd normally swing at. And it's so important as a hitter to trust your hands and let the pitcher throw the ball and let the ball come to you. And what happens as a hitter is they're going through their windup and they're getting ready to throw it, and you get so anxious that you want to hit it, you want to hit it, you want to hit it, and you start leaking and you start going at the pitcher like that.
And now even if you do hit it, your power's already released, right? So even if you do make contact, it's just going to be your arms. Is that right?
Exactly. And when you don't stay closed, you can't get behind the ball. So when you're swinging, you're coming up out of your swing and you're opening up. Even if you make contact, you're catching the ball in the upward plane. A lot of times you'll hit a lot of ground balls to the pull side. Mm-hmm. What you want to do is you want to keep that front knee closed. You want to stay back, let the ball get deep as possible, and you want to stay behind the baseball, and you want to drive the ball.
What you said, one thing is, and we hear it a lot, especially with big leaguers, trust your hands. Anybody who has not been an accomplished ball player, even you guys that are slow pitch softball players, most of us know we know better. We can't trust our hands. They're no good. But you are, Chris. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Chris Duncan, so now when you're watching on TV, you know some of the things to look for if Albert's feeling good or bad at the plate. Thanks for being with us. Bob Ramsey at the table, 101sports.com.